Did you know there is a bird that cannot fly but swims better than many fish? Or that some of these animals can withstand temperatures below -60 degrees Celsius? Penguins are full of mysteries and impressive characteristics, and what seems like a life on ice hides a series of incredible curiosities you probably never imagined. Get ready to discover 20 surprising facts about these charming beings that inhabit the extremes of our planet. Stay until the end, because the last fact will completely change the way you see penguins. 1. Penguins can't fly, but they swim incredibly well. Although they are birds, penguins have evolved to adapt to the marine environment, resulting in the loss of their ability to fly. Their wings have transformed into rigid flippers, ideal for propelling them underwater. These flippers, along with their aerodynamic bodies, make penguins incredibly efficient swimmers, allowing them to navigate the ocean in search of food. The bones in penguins' wings are denser than those of flying birds, which helps provide extra strength in the water. However, this adaptation comes with the disadvantage that penguins have become slower and clumsier on land, where they no longer need to hunt or escape predators like their flying ancestors did. 2. There are 18 species of penguins. The 18 species of penguins vary significantly in size, behavior, and habitat. The differences are not only in size or the regions they inhabit, but also in their feeding patterns, reproduction, and even how they cope with climate change. The Galapagos penguin, for example, lives in a tropical environment and faces challenges such as rising water temperatures and food shortages due to the effects of the El Niño phenomenon. In contrast, the emperor penguin lives in the extreme conditions of Antarctica, where temperatures can drop below -60 degrees Celsius. The diversity among species is also reflected in how they raise their chicks. Like the king penguin, have a longer reproductive cycle, while others, like the Adelie penguin, have a shorter cycle adapted to the brief Antarctic summer. 3. Penguins are monogamous. The monogamy of penguins is a remarkable characteristic in the animal kingdom. In many species, such as the emperor and Adelie penguins, fidelity between pairs is reinforced by complex courtship rituals, in which males offer gifts like stones or display bright plumage to impress females. After pairing up, both parents share the responsibilities of incubating the eggs and caring for the chicks, creating a strong bond between them. Studies show that up to 90% of penguin pairs remain together for several breeding seasons, returning to the same nesting site year after year. This fidelity helps ensure that penguins can focus more on reproduction and less on searching for a new partner each season. 4. Males care for the eggs. In some species of penguins, such as the emperor penguin, males play an extraordinary role in parental care. After the female lays the egg, she embarks on a weeks-long journey to the ocean in search of food, leaving the male responsible for incubating the egg. During this period, the male keeps the egg warm in a special fold of skin above his feet, known as an incubation pouch, protecting it from the extreme cold. In addition to enduring sub-zero temperatures, the males also fast during this time, living exclusively on their fat reserves. This sacrifice is crucial to ensure the survival of the chick, which hatches shortly after the female returns with food from the ocean. The success of this process is vital, especially in the harsh conditions of the Antarctic winter. 5. They can dive to great depths. Penguins are recognized as some of the best divers among birds, exhibiting remarkable physiological adaptations that enable them to explore the depths of the ocean in search of food. The emperor penguin, in particular, is one of the most impressive, capable of diving to depths of up to 500 meters and remaining submerged for up to 20 minutes. These extraordinary skills are the result of millions of years of evolution and specific adaptations to their marine environment. During a dive, penguins undergo a series of physiological changes that maximize their efficiency in oxygen use. One of the most notable mechanisms is their ability to reduce heart rate, a phenomenon known as bradycardia. This reduction in heart rate helps conserve oxygen, allowing them to remain submerged for long periods without the need to surface for air. Additionally, penguins redirect blood flow to vital organs, such as the brain and heart, ensuring these essential areas continue to receive oxygen while reducing blood supply to the muscles and extremities. This adaptation is crucial, as it allows penguins to move efficiently in the depths, even under hypoxic conditions where oxygen is limited. Another fascinating aspect of penguin physiology is the composition of their muscles, which contains large amounts of myoglobin, a protein responsible for storing oxygen in muscles. Myoglobin is similar to hemoglobin, which transports oxygen in the blood, but its function is to optimize oxygen utilization directly in muscle cells. With elevated levels of myoglobin, penguins can continue swimming actively even during prolonged dives, which is essential for hunting prey that lives in deep waters, such as squid and certain types of fish. This ability to store and efficiently utilize oxygen during intense physical activity is one of the factors that make penguins exceptional divers. In addition to physiological adaptations, penguins also exhibit highly developed diving behavior. They can perform dives in a coordinated and strategic manner, utilizing their swimming skills to explore food-rich areas and capture prey. Penguins typically dive for food in groups, which not only increases their chances of success in hunting, but also provides protection against predators. These deep dives are essential for penguin survival, allowing them to access food resources that are not available at the surface. As prey moves in response to changes in environmental conditions, such as water temperature and nutrient availability, penguins demonstrate remarkable adaptability and navigation skills that help them locate and capture their food. In summary, the diving abilities of penguins, especially the emperor penguin, are an impressive combination of physiological and behavioral adaptations. These birds have become specialists in a challenging aquatic habitat, proving that evolution can lead to the creation of extraordinary organisms that excel in their environment. 6. Penguins are adapted to survive extreme cold. To survive the freezing and relentless temperatures of the South Pole, penguins have developed a series of remarkable adaptations that help them cope with the adversities of their extreme environment. Their skin is covered by an extremely dense layer of feathers, which plays a crucial role in maintaining body heat. These feathers are designed to overlap, creating a barrier that prevents heat loss and is waterproof, ensuring that the skin of penguins remains dry even after long periods of swimming. Additionally, the feathers are constantly maintained by the penguins, who apply an oily secretion produced by specialized glands, further enhancing their waterproofing and durability. Beneath this layer of feathers, penguins have a thick layer of subcutaneous fat, which acts as an additional insulator against the cold. During the breeding season, for example, many penguins go for long periods without food while incubating their eggs, relying on this fat reserve to survive. The physiology of penguins is also adapted to prevent freezing. They have a circulatory system that allows for the control of blood flow, prioritizing the irrigation of vital organs and reducing circulation to the extremities, such as the feet and flippers, where the cold is most intense. This strategy minimizes the risk of frostbite, allowing penguins to maintain the functionality of their extremities while remaining active in extremely low temperatures. A fascinating behavior observed in emperor penguins, in particular, is the formation of large clusters to maximize heat retention. During snow's coldest days, these penguins group together, creating a compact mass that shares heat among all individuals. The dynamics of the group are fascinating. The penguins on the edges of the cluster, who are more exposed to the cold, constantly swap places with the penguins in the center, ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to warm up and preventing any individual from remaining exposed for too long. This strategy not only illustrates the adaptability of penguins to adverse conditions, but also highlights the importance of cooperation and social behavior among them for survival in such a hostile environment. 7. Vocal communication is essential. In densely populated colonies, such as those of Italy or king penguins, vocal communication is vital for survival. Penguins have a highly developed communication system, with each individual possessing a unique vocal call that is recognized by their partners and chicks. This ability is particularly important during the breeding season when thousands of penguins may be crowded into a small space. Chicks recognize their parents' calls amidst the chaos, and parents, in turn, can identify their chicks in enormous colonies. Furthermore, calls are used to maintain cohesion among pairs and to ward off potential competitors. 8. Molting is a critical process. Every year, penguins undergo a process known as catastrophic molting, during which they lose all their old feathers at once and grow new ones. This process is vital because feathers lose their insulation and waterproofing capabilities. Before molting, penguins significantly increase their food intake to build fat reserves since they cannot enter the water to feed during this period. Molting typically lasts between 2 to 4 weeks, and penguins remain on land throughout the process, living exclusively off their fat reserves. Without new feathers, they cannot maintain their body temperature, making molting a vulnerable time. 9. Coloration serves as camouflage. The black and white coloration of penguins, known as countershading, is an effective camouflage strategy both in the sea and on land. When viewed from above, their dark backs blend with the darkness of the ocean floor, making it difficult for aerial predators, such as birds of prey, to locate them. When viewed from below, their white bellies blend with the light coming in from the ocean's surface, making identification difficult for underwater predators, such as orcas and leopard seals. This camouflage not only protects penguins from predators, but also gives them an advantage as themselves, helping them to stealthily approach their prey. 10. Penguins are great parents. The parental behavior of penguins is among the most dedicated in birds. During the breeding season, the parents take turns on long journeys to the ocean in search of food for their chicks, while the other stays behind to protect and keep the chicks warm. The level of sacrifice shown by emperor penguins is impressive, as males incubate the eggs for 2 months in freezing temperatures, fasting throughout the process. After hatching, both parents continue to feed the chick by regurgitating food that was previously stored in their stomachs. This intensive care increases the survival chances of the chicks, especially in environments where resources are limited and the climate is extremely harsh. 11. Penguins migrate long distances in search of food. Penguin migrations are a fascinating and complex aspect of their biology, reflecting the adaptation of these birds to a challenging marine environment. Species like the emperor penguin, the largest of all penguins, undertake incredibly long and exhausting journeys during their life cycle. Migration primarily occurs between breeding colonies, located in areas of ice and solid ground, and rich feeding zones in the ocean, where they seek fish, squid, and crustaceans. These movements can involve swimming hundreds of kilometers through cold waters, often facing adverse conditions such as strong currents, freezing temperatures, and the presence of predators. For example, emperor penguins cover distances of up to 100 kilometers to find feeding areas, and these journeys are vital, as access to food sources can determine reproductive success and the survival of the chicks. The king penguin, another remarkable species, also makes significant migrations. Throughout their lives, these penguins alternate between searching for food at sea and returning to breeding sites on land, migrating to areas that offer the best foraging opportunities. Considerable depths, reaching up to 200 meters in search of prey, utilizing their impressive diving skills to capture food in deep environments. A notable characteristic of penguins is their highly developed geographic memory. This ability allows them to return precisely to the same breeding location year after year, a skill that is crucial for reproductive success. Many penguins return to the same nest they used in the previous season, which not only saves time in finding a new location, but also ensures that the partnership between the adults remains strong. This memory can be reinforced by observing visual markers and environmental features, such as ice formations and coastline patterns. Moreover, penguin navigation is a sophisticated skill that is still being studied. While it is known that they use the position of the sun and star constellations for orientation, researchers believe that penguins may also be influenced by the Earth's magnetic fields and other environmental markers, such as water temperature and the presence of ocean currents. This combination of navigation skills and geographic memory is fundamental to their survival in such a vast and often inhospitable habitat, ensuring they can find food and return to their breeding sites efficiently and effectively. These migrations and the associated challenges demonstrate not only the resilience of penguins, but also the complexity of their interactions with the marine environment, making them a fascinating subject for study and conservation. 12. They form large breeding colonies. The social life of penguins is quite structured, especially during the breeding season when they gather in massive colonies known as rookeries. These colonies can house tens of thousands to millions of penguins, depending on the species. The formation of these large colonies provides important evolutionary benefits. The proximity between individuals offers collective warmth, which is essential in extreme climates like Antarctica, and also provides a measure of safety against predators, such as birds and marine mammals, that would more easily attack solitary penguins. However, large colonies also present challenges in terms of space and resources. In some species, such as the Adelie penguin, courtship involves collecting stones to build nests, and competition for these materials can be fierce, with penguins stealing stones from each other's nests. 13. Penguins have waterproof feathers. The feathers of penguins are one of the most remarkable aspects of their biology and play a fundamental role in their survival in cold and aquatic environments. These feathers are small, short, and overlapping, forming a dense and highly effective barrier that protects the skin of penguins from water. This unique structure is essential as it allows penguins to keep their skin completely dry, even after spending hours submerged in search of food. The plumage of penguins consists of several layers that help maintain body temperature and waterproofing. The outer feathers act as the first line of defense, repelling water and preventing it from reaching the softer inner layer of feathers, which helps retain heat. Beneath this layer of feathers, penguins have a thick layer of subcutaneous fat that functions as thermal insulation, ensuring they remain warm in icy waters. Before diving, penguins engage in preening their feathers, a process that is crucial for their efficiency as divers. They spread oil produced by uropygial glands located at the base of their tails throughout their plumage. This oil is essential as it not only provides waterproofing, but also helps soften the feathers, reducing water resistance during swimming. With their plumage properly treated, penguins can move more agilely and quickly, which is vital while hunting. This reduction in resistance allows them to conserve energy, making their hunts more efficient and increasing their chances of success. Feather care is an activity that penguins engage in frequently, especially before long dives. This attention to their plumage is not only crucial for their diving ability, but also reflects the social behavior and care that these animals have for their well-being. When penguins gather, they can also help each other preen their feathers, strengthening social bonds and promoting group cohesion. Additionally, the structure of penguin feathers is adapted to withstand the demands of an aquatic environment. Their feathers are denser and more durable compared to those of land birds, allowing penguins to move with agility and grace in the water. This adaptation is a testament to the evolution of these animals, which have become experts in swimming and diving, maximizing their natural abilities to survive in a habitat that is both challenging and resource-rich. In summary, the feathers of penguins are not just a component of their appearance. They are a marvel of biological adaptation that plays a vital role in protection against adverse weather conditions and efficiency during hunting, allowing these animals to thrive in the planet's frigid waters. 14. Penguin eyes are adapted to see underwater. The underwater vision of penguins is essential. Their pupils can quickly adjust to changes in light when they emerge from the water, allowing them to see clearly in both dark environments, like the ocean depths, and in the bright light of the surface. Their ability to detect small movements in the water makes penguins extremely efficient hunters. Studies indicate that they can see accurately at greater distances underwater than at the surface, an evolutionary adaptation that allows them to detect fish, squid, and other prey several meters away. Additionally, penguins have a retina rich in rod cells in low-light environments, such as in deep waters or during the short days of polar winter. 15. Penguins have salt glands. The supraorbital gland of penguins plays a crucial role in maintaining their water and osmotic balance. Since they ingest salt water while feeding or swimming, these glands filter excess salt from the blood, which is then expelled through the nostrils. This process is extremely efficient and allows penguins to survive in environments where fresh water is scarce. The function of these glands is vital for the health of penguins, as prolonged ingestion of salt water without this filtering ability could be fatal. Furthermore, the salt glands enable them to remain in marine environments for extended periods without needing to return to land for fresh water. 16. Penguins can survive long periods without food. The ability of penguins to fast for long periods is a remarkable feat of endurance. During the breeding season, especially in species like the emperor penguin, males can go for up to 2 months without eating while incubating the egg. They rely on their fat reserves accumulated during the feeding period in the ocean before returning to the breeding colonies. During molting, penguins are also unable to hunt because their new feathers are not yet fully waterproof. During these periods, they again depend on their fat reserves to survive. This ability to withstand hunger is a crucial adaptation for survival in environments where food can be seasonally scarce or where foraging may require long migrations. 17. Penguins face serious environmental threats. The threats faced by penguins are diverse and often interconnected. Climate change is one of the biggest concerns, with melting sea ice in Antarctica directly affecting the habitat of species like the emperor and Adelie penguins. Additionally, warming ocean waters are displacing ocean currents and altering the distribution of prey, such as krill, which is an essential food source for many penguin species. Another factor is pollution, with the increasing presence of plastics in the oceans that can be ingested by penguins, causing harm to their health. Researchers are increasingly concerned about the impact of overfishing, which reduces the populations of fish and crustaceans that penguins rely on for survival. The combination of these threats is putting various penguin species under pressure, driving some to the brink of extinction. 18. Agile in water, but slow on land. While penguins are extremely fast and agile underwater, their movement on land is quite different. Their bodies are designed for swimming, with legs positioned further back on their bodies, giving them their characteristic and awkward waddle. To compensate for their slowness on ice and snow, many penguins use a technique called tobogganing, where they lie on their bellies and use their flippers and feet to propel themselves. This method not only conserves energy, but also allows them to move more quickly across large expanses of ice. However, on rockier or rugged terrain, such as the coasts of subantarctic islands, penguins are forced to use their flippers for support to climb up and down cliffs, making their movement on land even more challenging. 19. The tallest known penguin was Paleodypts klekoski. Fossils of prehistoric giant penguins reveal that some extinct species, such as Paleodypts klekoski, were enormous compared to modern penguins. Standing about 2 meters tall, these penguins were likely formidable predators in the ocean, hunting large prey with little competition from other predators. It is believed that their large size was an adaptation to the colder waters of the Eocene epoch when they lived. Although these species disappeared millions of years ago, fossils found in regions such as Antarctica and New Zealand provide valuable insights into the evolution of penguins and the environmental conditions of that time. 20. Penguins are important bioindicators of the marine environment. Being so dependent on the marine environment, penguins are excellent indicators of the health of oceanic ecosystems. Changes in their populations can reflect environmental imbalances, such as the reduction of prey due to overfishing or increased pollution. Scientists often study penguin colonies to monitor the impacts of climate change, as these birds are highly sensitive to variations in food availability and the melting of polar ice caps. A decline in penguin populations can be an early warning sign of larger issues in the ocean, helping conservationists identify and mitigate threats before the damage becomes irreversible. These even more detailed explanations help explore the fascinating behavior, evolutionary adaptations, and environmental challenges that penguins face, providing a deep and broad understanding of these unique birds. After learning all these fascinating facts about penguins, it becomes clear that these incredible birds are much more than they seem. From their impressive diving abilities to their adaptations for surviving in extreme environments, penguins show us how nature can create true survivors. At the same time, they remind us of the fragility of the ecosystems they inhabit, which are directly impacted by changes in climate and food availability. Protecting these animals means protecting the balance of the oceans and the biodiversity of our planet. So, the next time you think of penguins, remember, they are much more than just residents of the ice.